We're switching up the budget a little bit, so things are going to change starting in February and moving forward. Today we're going to go over what I spent and overspent in January, and then what I plan to budget for and change in February and going forward. If we haven't met yet, my name is Elle, and I am on a mission to stop my shopping addiction, impulsive buying, to become better at budgeting, saving, and investing, and I'm taking you along for that journey. All right. Let's get started. You may have noticed the title, Budgeting $38,000. We will get to that, but before we do that, let's go over what I actually spent in January. January was an interesting month. If you didn't watch that budget video, I had quite aggressive goals, and January was, I get paid bi-weekly, so January was a 3-check month as opposed to my normal 2-check month. And basically what I did is I have my full-time job, and then I have some side hustles and some YouTube money as extra income. And my goal was to live on only 2 paychecks and everything else, not have it, like I would have put it towards bills or something, but not have it be part of my spending plan. However, January happened and things got pricey. So the first thing is that, and you'll see it as we go through this, but I ended up just running out of everything all at once. So like conditioner and shampoo and mascara and brow stuff and lipstick, like all of my personal care items I ran out of. And I don't buy doubles. I don't buy things that I just want to try. I only buy the things I know, I love, and I use on repeat. And when they are absolutely down to the bottom, no more left, can't use it anymore, I'll replace it. And so all that happened in January. And when it adds up, it's pretty expensive. And then on top of it, I forgot it's my boyfriend's birthday month. So that his birthday was January 21st. I did not factor that into the budget. If I had been thinking ahead, I would have saved up for it, budgeted for it, but I didn't. It wasn't too expensive, but his gift was about $200, and then dinner out was about $200. So that was $400 I didn't account for. So let's go into the transactions to see where I spent, what I spent, and what I'm going to change. First things first, also I use the Quicken Simplify budgeting app. This is my absolute favorite app. I will leave a link down below. It is an affiliate link, meaning I earn a little bit if you use my link and sign up, but if you don't want to do that, don't do that. Just, I love this app, and so I stand by it, but you don't have to use the link. If you want to try it out, just go and Google it. It's Quicken Simplify budgeting app, or try another budgeting app. There's a million out there. There's a million different methods. If you're not budgeting yet, just choose one and then go from there. Okay, so income. So we'll quickly go over, I already did this in the past video, but I just want to review it quickly. So income, you'll see right here, I did not count most of this. Well, yeah, so any of these I did not count. And so I actually made in January, I made $9,600. It was probably like $9,000, but I only accounted for $5,300. And that's what I tried to work on. So let's quickly go into planned spending. You can see it was negative $2,400. Luckily, I actually didn't go into the red because I had the money. I was just trying not to use the money, but I did. And so this is where I overspent. Amazon, I budgeted $150 in January, but I overspent by $368. That's a lot. So let's click into Amazon and let's see what we bought. This was $99. This one, oh, this is one good thing though. So I purchased a nail polish at $30, but I'm gonna give up doing my nails for a while. I'm gonna do them at home. So although the nail polish is $30, which is expensive, we're gonna do it at home for a little while, save some money. Gradual tanner at $30, face and body. This is just something I use on the regular. It's one of those items that I ran out of and I had to replenish. Soap. Soap is $15 per bar. It's expensive, but I freaking love this soap. It's so good. It's so moisturizing, and it's a big bar of soap, so it lasts a while. It's L'Occitane. I don't remember the scent, but it's great. And then gum. at $17 because it's a giant package of gum. So that cost me $99 from Amazon. Remember, I gave myself $150. So just that order at $99, I was over. And then Sephora, I don't know why Sephora is actually in the Amazon category. That's weird. Strange. So maybe I didn't go over that. Maybe I didn't go that much over at Amazon. So Sephora, I purchased brow stuff, shampoo, conditioner, and a hair heat protectant spray, I believe. And then let's see, Amazon, $73. Power Pops. So I've had a few people ask me what I have this addiction to Hoodia lollipops. Hoodia is an appetite suppressant, I think popularized by Oprah a long time ago. It's made from a plant. And so there's this company that makes these lollipops and they have Hoodia in them. And I think they're somewhat effective. They definitely curb the feeling of like wanting something sweet or wanting, when I want to eat something and I'm not too hungry, or if I'm actually really hungry, this will curb it for a little while. And I've been asked. So they're Hoodia Power Pops. But the problem is that these things go out of stock very fast. And they're often out of some of the best flavors. And so it's actually pretty hard to get them. And because of that, I've been hesitant to be really clear on what they are, but that's what they are. So I think I purchased 2 bags because there was like 3 bags left. So I purchased 2 of them. And then let's go over here. Let's just see what else we got going on. $37.28. What was this? Face wash, a thing I ran out of, and dog treats. So Amazon it was kind of pricey this time around. This was Power Pops. Yeah, I've like, since I purchased those 2 last bags, I've decided I'm really cutting back because it's just expensive and not good. So that was Amazon. Car repair, I put 100 towards car repair every month, and then that just rolls over so that if I have an issue, then it can be fixed and I won't have to worry that I don't have the money. I have an appointment on Wednesday to go have it fixed because I'm hearing a little noise right now. Coffee went way over. I allotted $40 and I spent $124. So I went over by $84 in coffee. Here's the thing, is that a few times I work on Nantucket. If you're not familiar with what that is, it's an island in the Northeast. It's pretty high-end. It's very luxurious homes, and things are expensive there. So anyway, when I go there, my office is right next to a cafe, and I go get coffee every time I'm there, and I always ask if other people want something. Sometimes they take me up on it, and then I buy them coffee. And so that's that. Also, I've decided that I'm not going out. I used to leave my office and go get coffee most of the time, but I'm like, I'm not going to do that. But then what started happening is that my coworkers, they'll just call the office and say, if they're coming in late, like 10, 11, 12, they'll say, hey, we're going to get coffee. You want one? And I just have a hard time saying no. So I say yes. There's been a few times when I'm like, I'll text them no, and then I'll erase it. I'm like, yes, I do. Because I just do. I love coffee. So anyway, I spent a lot on coffee this month. Dogs, I allotted $150 and I spent $70.09. So let's release the funds. So I did not spend $79. So we're going to release that into available spending. Gas, I went over. I gave myself $150, and I usually I'm usually right on target with $150 for gas. And for some reason, this cost me $227. I went over by $77. I didn't go anywhere far. I didn't do any excessive driving. So I'm not really sure why, but it's kind of out of my control. Oh, groceries. This is great. I allotted $600 and I spent $556. So I have $43 unused. Let's release for available spending. Nails, I did not get my nails done. They are trash right now. I'm going to go have the dip taken off, I think today or tomorrow, and then keep them bare. So we are going to just release for available spending, and we're going to delete that category. Restaurants, I went over. I allotted $200. I went over by $282. I went over by $82 because it was my boyfriend's birthday. And so meals here, I live on Cape Cod. Dinners here are fairly expensive. The average dinner is like $120 to $130. Generally, that includes dinner, and one drink, maybe two. But when we went out for dinner, there was like, the bar was like too deep. And so the bartender was like, what do you guys want to drink? I was like, I'll have a cab, red wine. She's like, we have two. We have the house and then we have this. And so I was like, I'll have that. And that was a $25 glass of wine. But it was good. It was really good. And I baby my wine, so it's not like I drink excessively. And then we have stuff I forgot about. This is like a catch-all because there are things that happen that I just didn't consider. And there were a lot of things that I didn't consider in January. So I allot $150 per month for just extra little things, and I overspent by $249. Let's dip into here and see what I did. Okay. Venmo, $200. Oh, that was my boyfriend. Sephora, $52. Lip liner and brow pencil. Things I ran out of. Beautylish. Beautylish is lipstick and mascara. Things I ran out of. And then RP Strength. That was a workout app that I got refunded for. Okay, now let's go into other spending. Other spending is $2,114. That's a lot. But a large chunk of that is, so if we go into bills quickly, these are my bills for the month of January. Rockland payment, car. So this is my car payment of $1,000, right? But I made 2 payments on it. So if we go into other spending, auto, this is the other payment. So in January, I put $2,500 towards my car payment to pay that down. Venmo, $20. This is, I take a ferry to work once a week at this point, and Venmo is to pay for parking, and then I get reimbursed later on. Zoom, $171. This is a business expense because there's just time after time I needed Zoom. There's so many times I've needed Zoom in the past 2 months, and the 40 minutes, they give you 40 minutes for free, it's just not enough, and things kept getting cut off. So I was like, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and pay for Zoom for a year. So that was $171. This Cape Bars, this was beer at the liquor store, faux beer, non-alcoholic beer, CVS. What was CVS? I didn't put any notes there. CVS was likely floss, toothpaste, or mouthwash. It's generally what I buy there. ATM, $250. Hair, because I had hair done, but I accounted for that in my budget. And then Staples, work expense. That's about it. Okay, let's go into February. I've been budgeting my entire income, but what I would like to do is I would love to budget half of my income. I would like to, and I think this is going to take some time. I don't think I'm going to perfect it in the first month, but I want to ease myself into trying to live on half of what I make. So I'm going to be budgeting. I was going to budget $40,000 annually because I'm going to try to do this each month. But what I have now for this budget in February turns out to be $38,000 annually. So I'm going to budget $38,000 annually, considering I get paid bi-weekly. One thing, this does not include my biggest debt payment, which is my car. So budgeting my $38,000 annually, that money does not include the $2,500 I put towards my car minimum each month. All right, so let's get into this. Let's first start out with dashboard and account. So where we stand right now is I just put $1,500 towards my car. No, anyway. So where we stand right now, February, is checking. We have $2,500 in that, but my savings goals, if this app takes into account my savings goals for, I think, travel, for Botox, and a few other things, it will subtract $700. So I actually have an available balance of $1,800 in my checking. YouTube checking, this is YouTube money, $3,800. I have to pay some taxes out of this. I don't touch this ever. I don't touch YouTube money. It just goes into an account. Credit card, I currently owe $290 on that, which I will probably pay that off in the next week. Savings, my high yield savings, I have a little over 9,000, and then this is not connected to my Roth IRA or my or my 401k, so this is not included. This doesn't count. So for my income, I think I'm going to be working off of $1,538 bi-weekly by doing this. So if we go into income, this is the current income I'm expecting, okay? But these that are grayed out, these are what I'm not counting towards any of my spending and budgeting, okay? And I just want to be clear that this money is not going to just sit there. It will likely go towards my car payment to get that down. My goal here is to just try to operate daily in life on a daily, weekly, and monthly basis on a certain income. And right now that's 38,000. So we just did a quick calculation, and I think I had the numbers a little wrong. I think what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be budgeting 40,000 per year. So that makes sense to me. And even that right now looks a little tight. Okay. But we're going to do our best. So this is what we're doing. All of these grayed out are income that we are not counting as income. We are not using this towards our budget. We're only working off of these two checks right here. So if you look right here, it says in actuality, actual income is a little over 7,000, but the income we're working with is 3,400. And this is going to be a little challenging this month, and I'll tell you why in a second. So let's collapse that. Let's go into bills. So this is what the bills look like for February. Rent, we have, actually, you know what? We're going to make rent. Rent is probably about 800. No, we're going to keep it at 1,000. We're going to keep it at 1,000. Okay, so rent is about 1,000 for February. Rent the runway will equal 186. Dropbox, which I use for storage for all of my files, is $1,274. My gym is $23. My medical health bill, that's also a little bit of debt I'm trying to pay down, but it's small, and that is $300. And then Sign Up Genius is a business expense at $11.99. So this is what the majority of my bills look like, not including the big monster of a bill that is my car payment. My minimum car payment that I have to pay each month is $550. But like I said, the minimum I want to put down is $2,500 because I just want to have that paid off and done. So let's collapse the bills for now, then subscriptions. Right now, subscriptions total $42. And that is CapCut, which is necessary. That is my budgeting software, my editing software. ChatGPT Pro, which has saved me so many times, I think is completely worth it, $21 a month. And then Apple Music at $10.99. Let's go into savings goals. I have not contributed to any of these savings goals, but I have a Botox savings bucket that I'm saving for. I have an Shiz fund I'm putting money towards for like a just in case. And then a vacation bucket, which I'm also putting money towards, but haven't for February. Let's go into our planned spending. Planned spending, AKA our budget. Planned spending, right now, I give myself $150 for Amazon per month, but I dropped it down to $100. Car repair, I generally put $100 towards this each month, but I dropped it down to $10 for the month of February, and you're gonna see why in a second. Coffee, I gave myself $50 for the month of February, so we'll see. My goal is to definitely stay at there or under there. I'm going to try so hard to do this. Gas is $150. Hopefully we get back to normal this time around. Groceries, I have allotted $500 for myself for February. Restaurants, I'm giving myself $200 to dine out. And you know what? We're going to change that. We're going to do, no, 200 is actually practical. Okay, and then here's the thing. This is why I dropped some of the budgets, and this is why you see this negative 337. I'll tell you what that means in a second. Sister trip. My sisters and I recently decided to take a quick trip to New Hampshire, and we're going to go for 2 days. And so because it was fairly recent that we decided, I didn't have a lot of time to budget. So that money is being budgeted in my February plan. And this is something that I'm not going to give up. I'm not going to not go. I mean, I could be in Florida soon. My sister could be in Florida soon. My other sister might be moving to Portland, Oregon soon. And so while we're in the same vicinity, I'm going to take a trip with them when we all can go together, because it's not often that all of our schedules align where we can actually take some time and go together for an overnight stay. So that's happening. So I allotted $400. I don't think I'll go over that. We'll see. And then stuff I forgot about, I gave myself $100 for February. The problem I'm running into is that my budget is tight. It wouldn't be if I didn't have the sister trip here at $400, but right now I'm trying to budget about $3,400 per month, but I'm over. My budget is I'm actually budgeting like $3,750, right? So I have to cut somewhere, and I don't know where. So $300. What I can do is stuff I forgot about. Let's edit this. Edit expense series. We'll edit this month's expense series. So instead of 100, we'll try for 50. Update. We're at 287, and then restaurants, you know what, we'll go to 150. My boyfriend can just cover more, and he's fine with that. I don't want to have any reliance on anybody else, but for this month, we'll be fine. 150, and then groceries, let's go to 450. Let's see. Again, I'm going to do my best, my absolute best to meet this. Like, I'm really going to try, but, I'm going to do my best. And then Amazon, I don't think I can trim anything else off of this. Like, I don't know where else to cut. So, savings goals is not included. Subscriptions, I kind of need this business. Bills, 187, so look at this, 187, right? And then 186 is Rent the Runway. I could cut Rent the Runway, but I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. It's way too important to me. Okay, so right now I'm actually budgeting about $3,600, not $3,400. So this is a huge cut down from what I was doing and what I was working with, especially if we go back to the beginning. It's like night and day, this budget. So I'm going to keep that where it is, because if I'm being realistic with myself, I could cut it down and say $0 for Amazon or $0 for stuff I forgot about. But that's not being realistic, because I've tracked my expenses and budgeting enough now that I know certain things do come up and certain things are necessary. So there's that. So instead of $3,400, we're going to be working with what, like $3,550? No, $3,600-ish. And then next month, we'll cut it down further. We'll see how we do. We'll iterate, and we will cut it down even further. Here's the change, though. Is like, yes, I'm changing the budget, but once I got this budgeting app, I was really diligent for the first month or two, because I was so getting used to the app. I was getting acclimated. I wanted to, just really watch everything nitty gritty. And I do check my accounts daily, but I've become more loose with it. Like before I even made any purchase, I would still go into the account, go into the budgeting app, and just check to see where I'm at in my spending plan. And the last month or two, maybe 3, I've become a little more like loosey-goosey. I'm not checking it as much. I'm kind of just making the purchase. And it's not a haphazard purchase, but even so, even if it's groceries, I still want to know. I still want to look to see where I am and what I've spent and what I have left in my budget. And I haven't been doing that. I've been just like spending and spending. So starting in February, not only are we significantly cutting down on what we're spending, but I'm going to make a very diligent effort to, even if it's just down to a small thing like a coffee, I'm going to check this app, check my spending plan, and see what I've spent in that category and what I have left in an effort to not go over on anything. Like, that is the goal, and we'll see how we do. So that's February's budget. We're going to try going forward. I think this is really exciting. I think this is going to be great. Like, we're going to try moving forward working on a $40,000 a year budget, because if I think about it, like, if I can do this, if I can get really used to this lifestyle, moving forward, once I'm debt free, then I could essentially save like half of my income. Half of my income could go towards savings and investments, which would be awesome. So we'll see how it goes. That's it. Let me know if you have any financial goals for February. I would love to know, and I'll talk to you next time. Thanks.